Hi.
So you guys sharing? Y'all need another water?
Oh no, we got 2 waters.
Oh,
we actually got several waters.
I was like, oh
yeah.
Thank you very much. No,
right on. That's what's
No, I appreciate it. No, thank you.
Yeah, right on. You guys take it easy.
Hey, you too. Great day. Oh, that was nice. Wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh shit, we're being watched? All right, well, that was interesting. They're in back Cafe and Games. That's the one that has like the Schreier, yeah. Used to be that comic book store, coffee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Can't go that way, so we gotta go this way. No, it looks like it's all road. Oh, can we go to the right? All right.
Hey, we go that way if you want.
Yeah, we gotta go that way anyway, so. We're gonna walk down middle of K Street. Man, my right eye is just running.
I see that.
Good God.
Like Howard.
Cal OES?
Huh?
Cal OES?
Something like that. Because it's got a yellow vest and a helmet. So.
Right? Hey, Grandpa. So today, you're going to have to help me remember this, Grandpa. So today, we have the 2022 Aviation and Aerospace Days. There'll be mock-up planes and stuff. It'll be really cool stuff. At 11 a.m., rally to end poverty and promote economic inclusion. And then, what else?
Is there something about internet?
Yeah. Where'd it go? Give me a second. We also have social media safety press conference. That's where we're headed to right now, folks. This is concerning government actually trying to get more control over social media and as to what can be said, can't say. They're attacking the and using the statistic that there is an increase in crime rate due to social media. Now, I don't know if that also includes, streaming services like Twitch, YouTube, and DLive, all those others, or if they're just going to go try and keep going after, Facebook and all them. And then also we have Vision Act rally and letter delivery. Keep ICE out of California. That's also happening today. But we'll just have to see what happens there. Thanks, Barry. Yeah. So that should be getting. It is a big new fence. They're doing a lot of construction. Why they couldn't do this during COVID is beyond me. Oh wait. Because it was COVID. So we're having to take a few different routes than we're used to. But thank you for being here. Thank you, Barry, for the host. Really appreciate it. How's everything's going out there in the Netherlands? We're worldwide famous, biatch. All right. But it is also supposed to be the hottest day so far this year. and this week. So I'm kind of glad all this stuff is happening early today so we can get home, get rested up, because Thursday we'll be back out. Just kind of like the old days in the long, long ago. So yeah, where this is happening is actually over here at the Civil War Memorial. Ain't that just fitting? Talk about hate and the online services, and it's going to be held at the Civil War Memorial. I don't know. It's just weird that they have it like this.
Yeah. Well, I saw him put the posts up, and I was like, okay.
You're going the right way. How you guys doing?
It's okay. Okay. They said between 12th and 13th. Oh, wait. That's why I'm wearing boots. Wait, hang on. I'm getting some updates here. Wait, hang on. Sorry, they're not on the inside, so they'll probably be on the L. What? I'm trying to get information.
You can probably ask this officer over to our right.
Oh, I see him. No, he's walking the other way.
Oh, wait, there's a bunch of cameras.
Oh, there's a bunch of cameras. I think that's where we're supposed to be. Okay. There it is. I knew I'd find it. I knew we'd find it. So guys, obviously while this is happening, I will have the sound alerts muted because this is a press conference. And so something definitely, we want to be very respectful. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn those down now, folks. So we'll have actually some names here that you'll know and have heard. Yeah, I know. Shade. Shade. I can go right there. That'll work.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. It's 9:53 a.m. We're out here in section
22?
22.
I think so.
Nice weather right now, but eventually it's really
Doing great, Major Facepalm. We're out here at the California State Capitol where there is a press conference concerning social media and the correlation that they have between racial hate especially and the correlation with social media. So that's what we're out here for today, folks, but there's also other things. 2022 Aerospace Days happening on the other side of the Capitol. We'll be over there in just a bit. All we can do is do our part.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Can you guys hear him? Can you guys hear him? Can you guys
Are
hear
you
him?
good with audio? You good?
Yeah, we don't have a microphone cord, so yeah, we can't plug into there. Something I'll need to get. I might move over a little closer. No worries. I just want to stay out of your guys' angles.
No problem. You guys are all set.
If you all, if you need
So thank you guys for being here. Press conference will get started. There's other rallies happening a little bit later. There's also going to be a cool demonstration on the other side. No, it's all good. It's all good, dude. You're just fine. You're just fine.
No kidding. I'm so glad we were able to find a new shady spot.
Nice and safe at the Ingram.
Yeah, go for it.
Hi. I just want to introduce myself real quick. My name's, or if you're into handshakes.
No, I'm just fine. Hi, I'm that one weird girl on Twitch.
No, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I work for the Assembly member. I'm one of his comms and legends. So I just wanted to introduce myself. If you have anything, after the press conference that you want to talk to the Assembly member about or connect with anyone, just
Yeah, no, definitely. This is kind of something we're very much interested because
so glad.
we cover a lot of things that happen here at the state capitol. In fact, I'm having my 2-year anniversary on Twitch.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Congrats.
3,000 viewers. We just hit 3,100 in 2
amazing.
years. That's
I love
I
how
don't-
Twitch and Discord are becoming platforms where you can disseminate this kind, do news and stuff like
and
that.
that's what
It's
we
really
do
incredible.
when I'm at home. When my Comcast, which I need to actually ask somebody. I've been dealing with Comcast for over a year, and they've come out try to fix my internet, but I'm still having issues. I mean, I've even bumped up. Yeah, apparently I'm using over a terabyte of data a month. Impossible.
That's a lot of data.
Yeah, isn't it? It's a lot.
When it works.
Yeah, that's when it works. Exactly.
Oh man.
That's the hubby. That's the Reverend. We call him the Reverend.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no, definitely. In fact, I got a card here.
Oh, you know what? And that's the one thing I forgot this morning is to bring any of my cards.
No worries.
I will gladly hoard all of yours.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. We like I said, we cover anything and everything that happens here at the Capitol.
Wonderful. That's great to know. I'd love to add you to my press list when I send
Test,
out
test.
That would
meeting
be
invites and
great.
press releases.
That would be absolutely great. And there's my contact information's on there.
Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2.
You get a hold of me.
Test,
I'll give you all
test.
the.
I do.
just didn't bring a pen, or I'd write some more information on there.
You're totally fine. You're totally fine. I'll shoot you an email.
Yeah, great. That would be great. And wait, your name one more
Oh
time.
yes, Dana. No
Dana.
problem.
Nice to meet you.
Hopefully, I'm glad we picked this spot. I don't think anyone's gonna get any kind of
Oh,
tan
I was
lines
so
or
happy to see
anything.
shade.
Oh, right.
Even with the
it's
heat-
already hot outside.
Well, with the heat right now, it really helps with the camera equipment and keeping it cool. That's what this is. I just took a old piece of one of the old window antennas, cut it in half just to try and keep the sun off of it.
That's honestly that's so resourceful.
It is.
It's like
Hey,
MacGyvering.
reuse exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna keep circling
Go
around
for
here
it.
for a second.
Great to meet you. Oh,
I didn't want to come like a pocket when we talking to her.
there you go.
Thumbs up when you guys are ready. And then we start it. So you guys cue me, and then I tell you we're live.
This is also being filmed live as well on a website as well for media and other concerns.
To the extent that it's helpful, I'm offering the full copy of our report on
That-
online hate
yes,
harassment.
I
I'm
need
happy
that.
to pass
Oh
that
my
on.
God.
It is an
Love-
actual book.
Yes, no, this is great, folks. This is great.
Excellent.
This is what we need.
Feel free to reference it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is great information, folks, and this is something I am definitely going to have to go through. And it does talk about Twitch and YouTube. So this definitely, I think all the streamers need to, especially California streamers, need to pay attention to this. This is big information, folks. So definitely gonna have a lot to talk about. This is definitely, we're gonna have to watch this.
Hi.
Hi.
Alicia with Mr. Gabriel's office.
Oh, nice to meet you. I go by that one weird girl. I'm on Twitch. We're live stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. I was gonna grab one of my cards. I should have kept them out. Good lord.
Somewhere. I will find it though.
Definitely. No, this is something I've been actually trying to follow, and I'm glad I got this booklet here. I mean, it's something that we always combat on our channel too, is the hate. I don't stand for it. I cover a lot of things here at the Capitol. We cover all groups out here. We don't align ourselves.
It's called That Weird Girl.
That one weird girl.
How funny.
Figure it's something people will remember. We just hit 3,000 viewers on Twitch, which, you think it's kind of a low number, but compared to YouTube, it's actually a higher number on the scale. But yeah, we're live streaming Twitch and YouTube right now. And I'll have my 2-year anniversary coming up on Twitch. So, we do cover a lot of stuff. I've even been inside covering some of the proceedings and stuff. So yeah, this is definitely great to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Thank you.
Test. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. We good?
This is a press conference with assembly members and senators talking about online hate and through the social media platforms, including Twitch, YouTube, Discord, all the others. So this is honestly something, if you're a live streamer in California, if you have any sort of presence online, this is something you need to watch out for. And I'm not saying watch out for, but to actually watch what's all this about. Thank you, Spec. Have a great day. But, it talks about the exposure, about controversial content, worrying about future harassment. But this is something we are definitely going to be going over, folks. Online harassment versus severe harassment. And really, this isn't a response of California and the anti-Asian hate going around. But again, it's including a lot of groups. But we'll have to listen in, and it's not just people being harassed by the color of their skin or what they believe in or who they sleep with. It's also crossing political sides, folks. We've seen that. And so this is just something that possibly we'll have to bring up and ask questions about. Mailer, how you doing? They do exposure to controversial content. I'll just kind of read it real quick. Along with asking about experiences of hate and harassment, we asked respondents whether they were asked to support or engage with controversial or extremist content, such as conspiracy theories or misinformation campaigns, especially those rooted in hate. Holocaust denial, for example, is a conspiracy theory rooted in anti-Semitism, while many COVID-19 conspiracy theories contain anti-Asian hate. Other topics listed here have been focal points, coordinated online harassment campaigns, such as those related to delegitimizing the 2020 presidential election. We found that 14% were asked to support or engage with COVID-19 conspiracy theories, and another 11% with anti-vaccination content, for a total of 16% who were exposed to health disinformation or misinformation, 13% in the last 12 months. Topics that people were asked to support or engage in the following: COVID-19 conspiracies, presidential election, anti-vaccination, voting misinformation, conspiracy theories about Antifa. Well, there's not very many of those because, well, a lot of them are true. QAnon, superiority of whites, Jewish control of financial and or political systems, Holocaust denial. I can't believe they actually have conspiracy theories about Antifa in there. What? I'm serious as a heart attack. It says right there, 6%. Okay, that's something I'd like to ask a little bit more information as to what conspiracy theories is there. Yeah, just please. Huh.
I am ready. Are you? 1 second. All right, Christian. I'll let you know. Hold up. We're ready.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Betsy Gabriel. I have the great honor of representing the West San Fernando Valley in the California Legislature, and also chairing the Assembly Committee on Privacy and Consumer Protection, and also the California Legislative Jewish Caucus. And I want to thank the lawmakers and advocates who are gathered here with us for this press conference. It's an unusually busy moment in Sacramento, and so we actually have some of our speakers who are currently testifying in committee, so folks are coming and going, but I'm really just so grateful for the folks who are gathered here today. We are here today because of the incredible power of social media platforms. They have the power to transform lives and to shape our national conversation. More specifically, we're here because social media platforms are enabling the spread of hate, racism, extremism, and violence, often with deadly consequences. But don't take my word for it. A 2016 internal report by Facebook found that 64% of people who joined an extremist group on Facebook did so only because the company's algorithm recommended it to them. Think about that for a moment. Facebook's own research confirms that the company's own product is promoting dangerous extremist content. And the consequences could not be more clear. 49 victims killed at the Pulse nightclub, a popular destination for Orlando's LGBTQ community. 9 victims at a black church in Charleston. 11 worshipers at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. 23 murdered in a horrific anti-Latino attack in El Paso. And 10 black shoppers killed in a grocery store in Buffalo just a few weeks ago. What each of these incidents and so many more have in common is their link to social media. Shooters who are radicalized, often with a toxic brew of white supremacy and extremist ideology, through the incredible power of social media. Sadly, social media has too often become rocket fuel for hate, a powerful contributor to our national epidemic of violence. Predictably, the victims of hate and harassment on social media are disproportionately our most vulnerable communities: women, people of color, members of the LGBTQ community, Jews and other religious minorities, and immigrants. And in a moment, you'll hear from my friend Jeffrey Abrams from the ADL about their highly anticipated new national survey, which further confirms what we already know, that Facebook's own internal research already demonstrates. Social media platforms aren't doing enough to address their role in promoting online hate and fueling dangerous conspiracy theories. And yet, social media companies consistently refuse to share even the most basic details about what, if anything, they are doing to address their role in spreading hate. That's why we are calling today for the passage of Assembly Bill 587, the Social Media Transparency and Accountability Act of 2022, which would, for the first time ever, require major social media companies to publicly disclose their content moderation practices and report key data about how they enforce those policies. Our message today is simple. The public deserves basic transparency and accountability from big tech. It's time for
Do they
social
know how
media
this
companies
works?
to step
I don't
out of
think
the
they do.
shadows and to come clean about how they are responding to the avalanche of hate online. If their business model depends on amplifying dangerous and racist content, that's something that the public and policymakers deserve to know.
Freaking
And you're going
annoying.
to hear today from many folks about why this is so desperately needed. You're going to hear from lawmakers and advocates directly impacted by online hate and harassment, and from communities who have experienced hate online for too long. Simply put, the safety of our kids and our communities should come before these companies' corporate profits. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to a number of our speakers, and then we'll be happy to take questions at the end. And I first want to introduce Jeffrey Abrams. He is a regional director with the Anti-Defamation League, and he's going to share a little information with us about their highly anticipated new report on online hate and extremism. Jeffrey.
Good morning. My name is Jeffrey Abrams, and I am the regional director of ADL's Los Angeles office. It's a pleasure to be here this morning, joining Assemblymember Gabriel, Senator Weiner, Senator Lowe, as well as other elected officials and our community partners. We've witnessed a serious uptick in hate incidents against marginalized groups in recent years. From the Colleyville Synagogue in Texas to the Buffalo mass shootings, you cannot deny this vile trend. But what we may not see so clearly is the toxic behavior of social media companies, prioritizing profit over people, and amplifying hate online. Each year, ADL conducts a national survey of hate and harassment online to find out how many Americans experience incidents of hate and abuse on social media. ADL's latest annual online hate and harassment report issued today, and I am here to share the data, as well as policy solutions needed to address this scourge. According to ADL's data, 65% of those from marginalized groups, including Jews, women, people of color, have at some time experienced hate-based harassment online because of their identity. 58% just within the last 12 months.
Yep.
The LGBTQ community experiences harassment in far greater numbers than any other marginalized community, and this is the fourth year in a row that that's the case. As we will hear, the rise of anti-Asian hate has not only permeated our physical spaces, but our online spaces as well. According to our survey, Asian Americans reported a drastic increase in harassment, nearly doubling from 21% in 2021 to 39% in 2022. And our data reveals that children, in particular, are frequent victims of hate online, with nearly half, 47% of American teens reported experiencing some form of online harassment. For marginalized teens, that number is 72%. Women are twice as likely to experience harassment online than men. So let's be clear. Identity-based harassment drives marginalized and underrepresented groups away from online spaces. At ADL, we have 6 specific recommendations and demands of big social media platforms. Among them, we ask for better transparency reports, clear guidelines, and a willingness to work with communities who are targeted by harassment. ADL is proud to be a key supporter of AB 587, which is a foundational approach to bringing to light the real issue of hate online. It's a truly bipartisan bill with the support of more than 60 community organizations across our fine state. If passed, AB 587 will require big social media platforms to be more transparent in their reporting and content moderation policies, essential actions in mitigating the spread of hate, misinformation, disinformation, racism, and violence. And as our data reveals, we know there's a serious problem here. It's time we take action to address it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. We have the copies of that report that was just released will be made available so you can get a first look at all of the conclusions. But I think, as you heard very clearly from Jeff, very, very troubling data revealing the scope and magnitude of this problem. It's now my pleasure to introduce one of the co-authors of Assembly Bill 580, someone who has been a champion for marginalized communities targeted by hate, particularly our LGBTQ community, and that's my colleague, Senator Scott Wiener.
Thank you, Assemblymember Gabriel. So I'm here today as a co-author of AB 587. I'm happy to support it. This is an important step towards transparency and accountability for social media platforms, and I want to thank Assemblymember Gabriel for spearheading this effort. But I'm also here as someone who has experienced very personally what happens when social media platforms spiral out of control and when the hate and vitriol on those platforms is not checked and spills over into real life. So I'm a Jewish gay man. I'm really proud to be here with the leaders of my two caucuses, the chair of the Jewish caucus and below the chair of our LGBTQ caucus. And over time, I've authored legislation to protect the LGBTQ community, protect people living with HIV, and I have found myself the subject of pretty dramatic and intense abuse, harassment, and death threats on social media. Over the last 2 years, I've received several thousand death threats on social media spanning the platform. And most recently, about a week and a half ago, a bomb threat at my home based on some of the policy work that we've been doing. I get called pedophile on social media probably 200 or 300 times a day, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's that we know of. There's probably a lot of stuff we don't see. I am called all sorts of other things, and we know that words have consequences, and when people are constantly seeing messaging like that, hateful messaging, threatening messaging, it eventually spills over into real life. And we've heard about these mass shootings that have been linked to radicalization because of social media, because the addictive nature is it brings you down into a wormhole and people effectively get brainwashed and believe things that are simply factually untrue. And some people will ultimately, tragically, act on that brainwashing, will act on that misinformation that they've been receiving. My office has become experts on navigating social media complaint and reporting systems, and unfortunately, they are inadequate. There was one time where there was a woman who it turned out had 10 different Instagram accounts that were either entirely or largely dedicated to doxing people, and she had doxed me, and so we figured this out, and her accounts were just there to continue to harass and intimidate people. We were able to escalate it and get those accounts taken down. But what I've also learned is that I'm in a very privileged position as a state senator where we can get attention that most people can't get. And so for everyone like me, someone in elected office who's getting harassed and threatened on social media, there are thousands of just regular people who have no access to those resources, who have no real ability to get attention when they are being threatened and intimidated online, and they're just left to fend for themselves. And so I have become more and more passionate about this bill and about this issue of accountability over time. And again, I want to thank Assemblymember Gabriel for his leadership, and just something very basic, making sure that there is real transparency so we know what these social media platforms are doing or not doing to keep people safe and to make sure that their platforms are not being used to fuel violence. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Wiener. And it reminded me, I called him the other day as he was leaving the Capitol to talk to him about a policy issue, and he was being escorted back to his office by several members of the CHP because of the level of threats that he was receiving. And to his point about this, we're in a privileged position of being afforded that protection. But a lot of people who face hate and harassment online don't have that. And so they have to go about their daily lives wondering, when is this going to result in violence? And so now I want to call up another champion on these issues, a good friend of mine, someone who's been a real leader in protecting our vulnerable communities, the chair of our LGBTQ Legislative Caucus, the vice chair of our Asian Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus, Assemblymember Evan Lowe.
Thank you very much, Assemblymember Gabriel, for convening us. I'm here to also not just talk in the capacity of the respective caucuses as we celebrate Pride Month. You talked about the notion of the stigma that is exacerbated with the type of hate, especially as we're celebrating Pride, the type of stigma and self-hatred, specifically of individuals who do not have a voice. This is a conversation about being responsive and holding tech companies accountable to the basic fundamental information that we are provided under the Constitution to providing the safety net for all Californians. But most importantly, I also serve as chair of the Tech Caucus, and the district I represent is Silicon Valley. And yes, we love tech. These are homegrown technologies in the state of California. But at the same time, it is our public obligation as lawmakers to ensure that we have a safe environment for everyone, that everyone has equal access to thrive in an economy, in an environment in which they seek out their true authenticity. But this cannot be done without the type of accountability and transparency that is so deeply important. We may have grown up in an environment in which we did not have tech as intertwined in our daily lives. And so it's important for us to see what is going on. Absent that of the action at the federal level, we in California are taking specific action through this legislative proposal.
Hey guys, you need to take it down. Take it down a notch, right?
We ask you to join us in this conversation about coming to the table and providing solutions to the problems that we have outlined. That individuals, your users, everyday Californians, parents, children are asking in anguish and in pain and in suffering for responsiveness to the basic fundamental data points so that we can figure out how to tackle this problem. And also for individuals listening, it's important that you also help support this effort. And so ask your state legislator to support Assembly Bill 587, asking them for the basic accountability and asking your legislator to support this legislative measure and Assembly Bill 587. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Lowe. I know that we have two other legislators that were hoping to be here. They're over in committee, so they're going to sneak over when they can. But now I want to introduce some of the advocates who can speak directly from the perspective of these communities that are facing online hate and harassment. And we're going to start with Linda Ng, who is the president of OCA, the Asian Pacific American Advocates. Linda?
Linda Ng, National President, OCA, Asian Pacific American Advocates. We are a national civil rights organization headquartered in Washington, D.C., with over 50 chapters and affiliates across the country, dedicated to advancing the social, political, and economic well-being of Asian Pacific Americans. Thank you, Assemblymember Gabriel, and member of the press. It is a bittersweet honor to be here. On one hand, I am glad to be here among such a diverse group of organizations and leaders, to be in coalition to tackle hate. However, it saddens me that we are gathered here to discuss the issue of how hate is deeply seated in social media nowadays. While over the last several years, we have seen the rise of anti-Asian hate in the news, of physical attacks and violent deaths. What is not covered is that anti-AAPI hate in online spaces is on the rise. These hate incidents continue to happen, and AAPIs continue to live in fear. For decades, Asian American and Pacific Islander communities have been scapegoated by our elected officials and others in our community. Conspiracy theories on the origins of COVID-19 have thrived online and created unsafe spaces of AAPI, largely because these platforms amplify these messages and go unchecked. Dangerous rhetoric utilized by the leaders of our country and by influencers in digital spaces have been proven to be directly tied to the increase in hate incidents in physical spaces. The digital spread of hate speech and ideology plants seeds of hate among all online Americans. But it is especially disturbing to hear about AAPI youth who have increasingly reported online hate. This hate has also translated to increasing bullying and hate incidents in schools. And today, AAPI families continue to grieve hate incidents committed against their elders, their siblings, their children, and themselves. We implore our elected officials to take a strong stance and take action in making our online communities safer. OCA is proud to support AB 587 as a fundamental step in the right direction and urge the Senate Judicial Committee to pass it out of committee. Our community continues to listen to it, and it is important to hold social media companies accountable. It is time to take action. We must and can do better. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Linda. I really appreciate all of your work and your support for the bill. I now want to introduce another one of my colleagues who's here in support. That's a co-author of the measure, a wonderful leader in the California Assembly. That's Assemblymember Rebecca Bauer.
Thank you all so much for being here. And I want to start by thanking Assemblymember Gabriel for his important leadership in this space. As Assemblymember Gabriel said, I'm Assemblymember Rebecca Bauer Cahan. I represent the 16th Assembly District and a proud co-author of this legislation. As we all know too well, social media has skyrocketed over the past decade and a half, and often with deadly consequences. Social media companies have become pseudo-societies and arbiters of truth. They make the call on what is acceptable conduct and what is not. This makes them responsible in promoting hate, disinformation, and severe political polarization. We've all seen and watched incidents turn deadly as a result of online actions and radicalization. Most recently, the investigations have shown that the violent riots that occurred at our nation's capital in January of 2021 were abetted and encouraged by posts on social media sites. I want to make clear that women are particularly targeted online. 58% of women report experiencing online harassment, and 15% have experienced some sort of stalking, with that number rising every single year. How much more extremist violence needs to occur in order for us to hold social media platforms accountable? As a legislator, as a mother, as a Jewish woman, I understand the harms from online hate and how very real they are to every single one of our communities. It's time to hold social media platforms to a higher standard, and I'm proud to stand here with my colleagues and these incredible advocates in doing exactly that. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing more action from our legislator as we make social media safer and more responsible.
Thank you very much, Assemblymember, for your leadership and perspective. I now want to call up the chair of our API Legislative Caucus and a wonderful leader in the State Senate, Dr. Richard Pan.
Well, thank you very much, and I really want to thank Assemblymember Gabriel for authoring this important bill, AB 587, to require social media companies to do those content policies and efforts. I think it's appropriate. I appreciate that Linda Ng from OCA spoke as well. I chair the Asian Pacific Islander Legislative Caucus, and one of the things that we've been talking about, fortunately, is the rise in hate being directed against Asian Pacific Islanders. Well, it's been going on for a while, but unfortunately has increased during the COVID pandemic. And unfortunately, social media has
Yeah, guys,
played
if
a
you can just
role
tone it down,
in
please.
promoting
Just
hate,
tone it
whether
down,
we're talking
please.
the Asian Pacific Islander community, talking about women particularly being targeted, the amount of misogyny that's happened, the Jewish community, the LGBTQ community now.
No, we're at a press conference, guys. Just
Black Lives Matter,
now's not the time right now,
et
please.
cetera. So I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And I'm proud to co-author AB 587 because consumers, all of us, as we're looking at our social media feeds, deserve to know how social media is amplifying and spreading hate and misinformation and disinformation, and unfortunately even fomenting violence in our society. I also want to thank the Anti-Defamation League for sponsoring this important bill and for studying and sharing very important findings on online hate and misinformation. And the thing I really need to emphasize is that online hate and threats of violence become real life hate and threats and violence. All right. Sometimes people think, oh, it's just online, they're just trolls, etc. But it leads to real life. So whether it's large, like January 6th at the Capitol, or small. Actually, I just read a story from the BBC about how a teenager was actually stabbed, I think even killed, because some of his classmates were actually egged on in social media. And we've heard other stories as well, how social media has led to essentially violence and extremism. The fact is that social media companies have built algorithms that decide what the vast majority of what we see on the internet is. So how do you know what's on your feed, right? That's what a social media company is deciding, right? It's not, you're not choosing it. They're deciding what is it that will keep you engaged, what will create, which is oftentimes outrage and anger, right? They know that's what. And by the way, they're constantly testing it, spending billions and billions of dollars hacking our brains, our psychology, to keep us engaged, but also,
Already happened.
no matter what the consequences. And we've seen this. Unfortunately, it's not transparent to us, right? So they know what their algorithms do. We don't know, right? You don't know when you're looking at it how they decide this is going to be on there or not. We as legislators and policymakers, we don't know. The way we find out is when whistleblowers reveal things that the social media companies have hidden away, and then they finally.
It's a press conference, so about 10.
But should we be dependent on whistleblowers? Because it's not transparent what social media companies' policies are regarding hate speech, racism, disinformation, including health and election information, conspiracy theories, threats of violence, harassment, foreign election interference. And then, as I said, they've rarely shared the extent of these policies. So for example, and you'll see there's policies. So I think recently it's just reported that even though Facebook has a policy of not allowing advertisements for guns and so forth, yet apparently they have a 10 strikes policy. So you can keep doing it until you do it, I guess, 10 times, right? Or there's another story, because after all I'm involved in the vaccine space, where CNN went back and people were harassing parents who had children who died of vaccine-preventable diseases. And they actually pointed out, and Facebook agreed, these posts were actually in violation of their policies. And 6 months later, CNN went back and said, well, so what happened? Nothing. So even when they admit there's something in violation of policy, they don't do anything about it. So the question is, then who's going to hold them accountable? And AB 587 will make sure social media's companies disclose important information to the public so we can make informed decisions, right? I mean, that's what it's about. We need to be able to make informed decisions both as individuals and as policymakers. Because unfortunately, social media has been documented to not only promote deadly health misinformation, disinformation, especially during a pandemic, but harmful and dangerous content to children, ranging from drug paraphernalia to Nazi and terrorist propaganda, extremism. It's been documented. And by the way, all this documentation is coming because thanks to whistleblowers, to have negative mental effects on children, and of course, unfortunately, drive extremism. So we need to know what's going on inside that black box. We need to know what those billions of dollars they've invested in researching and how we think actually drives the decisions they make. And that's why it's so important. We have AB 587. I'm very proud to work with Senator Gabriel. I want to thank him and everyone here for their advocacy, because we deserve to know how these companies, these billion-dollar corporations, some of them controlled by only one person, Facebook, maybe Twitter in the future, by just one person who totally controls the organization, making decisions affecting all of our lives, whether we choose to use the social media or not. That's the other thing. Even if you stay off social media, because the people around you, society is using social media, that's driving what's happening to you and your family. So we need to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Pan. Appreciate the support and the leadership here. Now my honor to call up Betsy Butler, who is the former member of the California Legislature and more importantly, the Executive Director of the California Women's Law Center.
Good morning, everyone. I am Betsy Butler. I'm the Executive Director of the California Women's Law Center, and the center seeks to ensure a just and equitable future for women and girls, and we do that through transformative litigation, advocacy, and education. I wanted to thank the Assembly member for carrying this very, very important bill. I think the title of it's very important too, the Social Media Transparency and Accountability Act of 2022. It's important, incredibly important to us at the California Women's Law Center, because CWLC is concerned that in recent years, social media platforms have been implicated as venues for hate groups and online vitriol to safely grow. As many have discussed this morning, despite widespread concerns, efforts by social media companies to self-police have been criticized as widely inadequate. Like many organizations represented here today and many others who aren't here, marginalized communities are particularly impacted, and the California Women's Law Center deals with a lot of these impacted people on a daily basis. We get many calls asking for relief from online harassment, bullying, and discrimination, and our social platforms, our social media platforms, and their companies need to be more transparent. The new report by ADL found that women were harassed far more than men. Women were more than twice as likely to report ever experiencing sexual assault online as men were. Men were 14%. 40% of women attributed the harassment to their gender versus 14% of men. And among non-white women, 81% attributed being harassed to aspects of their identity versus 61% of white women. This isn't a new topic for anyone. If you talk to your daughters, your other family members who are female, as mentioned before, all of us have experienced it, and many of us are afraid to go online and share opinions or thoughts. I mean, I know personally I'm very careful about what I put online because I don't know what could come of it. And a poll conducted by Amnesty International in 2017 revealed that 33% of women in the United States had experienced some form of abuse or harassment in social media platforms. A recent analysis of 2020 U.S. congressional candidates found that the female candidates were significantly more likely to receive online abuse than their male counterparts. Sadly, even the social media companies themselves know women are being hurt on their platforms and are doing not much about it. As mentioned before, company documents showed that Facebook knows Instagram is toxic for teen girls. In its own on-depth research shows a significant teen body image and mental health issues exist for users, and that the company downplays their existence. For more than 3 years, Facebook has been conducting studies into how it affects millions of young users. Repeatedly, the company's researchers found that Instagram is harmful for a sizable percentage of young people, most notably teenage girls. In public, Facebook has consistently played down the app's negative effects, including its comments to Congress, and hasn't made its research public or available to academics or lawmakers who have asked for it. A handful of big tech and social media companies increasingly shape everything. It's become the norm. The negativity online has become the norm. There are no repercussions. These seismic decisions are being made not only without regulatory guardrails, but without any semblance of transparency. The status quo is broken, and it can't be fixed while policymakers and consumers alike are being kept in the dark.
Halt them.
Bills like AB 587 would force big tech to finally be accountable for their platforms, thereby making our incredibly digital world a safer place for young women and beyond. And I appreciate you again for doing this education. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Betsy, and thank you everybody for bearing with us. This is my first experience at the press conference with chainsaws, so I appreciate the patience here. I'm now going to introduce another very important advocate here at the Capitol, and that's Alice Kessler, who is a legislative advocate for Equality California.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Alice Kessler. I'm here representing Equality California. We're the statewide LGBTQ advocacy group. And, you know, social media, as was said earlier by Senator Wiener, does have incredible power, and it's something that has been an invaluable lifeline to members of the LGBT community, especially young people, people who are isolated in rural areas, older LGBT individuals even. And it's important that we have those spaces to come together and connect and not feel isolation. But it's very troubling that in those very same spaces, our members of our community are experiencing significant harassment and hate speech. And you know, we've been working on hate crimes legislation in California for a number of years. And the thing I always remember about hate crimes is that it doesn't just impact you; it impacts everyone else that shares that characteristic with you. So it's important that we continue to redouble our efforts to make these platforms safe. They're here to stay, and so we do need this information. We need to understand and have the transparency to understand how we can protect all of our marginalized communities who not only need social media, but also need to be safe in that space. So I appreciate Assemblymember Gabriel and the ADL for their report, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you very much, Alice. Appreciate that. Now going to call up Marvin Dion, who is the Vice President of Policy with Common Sense Media.
Good morning. I'm Marvin Dion with Common Sense Media. I'd like to thank Assemblymember Gabriel for bringing forward this very important issue. I'd also like to applaud the Anti-Defamation League for focusing a portion of this report on teen experiences with hate and harassment on social media. At Common Sense Media, we've also focused on this issue and found that during the pandemic, teens and young adults were exposed to more race, gender, and sexual orientation-based hate speech than ever before on social media platforms. It's become increasingly clear the amplification of online hate and misinformation by social media platforms is jeopardizing our democracy, our public safety, and it's feeding our nation's mental health crisis, especially among young people. In a perfect world, it would be wonderful if social media companies would self-police in a meaningful way by ending the use of addictive and manipulative design features. Unfortunately, based on their track records, we know this isn't likely. So at Common Sense, we believe it's the government's role to force social media companies to be more transparent and accountable to the public. We believe Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel's AB 587 and other pieces of legislation currently working through the legislative process will do just that in a thoughtful and effective ways. This is why Common Sense is proud to be a part of this chorus, calling for legislation to require more accountability and transparency for social media companies.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Our kids and our community deserve better.
Thank you very much, Marvin, and I just want to call up our final speaker here, and that is Ian Ravel, who has been such a leader in the tech accountability space among so many other issues. So thank you, Ian, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Assemblyman Gabriel, for this bill. Listening to Senator Wiener, I decided to tell my own personal story as well. In 2015, I was the vice chair of the Federal Election Commission, and I saw that politics was going and was hard for us to regulate because it was going to the internet. One of my fellow commissioners went on Fox News to say that I was trying to censor the internet, and I got thousands of death threats, misogynist comments, and I'm Jewish. There was a video of me as Hitler. It was unbelievable for quite a long time, and that gave me, this was 2015, and that has given me
Franz, you're right.
to be very concerned about this issue that Assemblyman Gabriel's bill is going to address for all those years since. You know, the Congress has had numerous bills before it to deal with these problems, and yet has failed to pass anything. And so what has happened is social media for all those years has operated in an environment of legal exceptionalism. They have absolutely no requirements to provide the transparency and disclosures that is being suggested here today. And we know that because they are making their own rules that aren't actually effective for the American public, recent studies have concluded that social media and the spread of vitriol and falsehoods is corrosive to trust in government, to the news media, and to our institutions, which is detrimental to our democracy. It's urgent that we enact thoughtful government regulations to provide an equitable and safe online environment. And what is being proposed is an excellent way to do that because it is constitutional, and yet we will be able, with the passage of AB 587, to actually hold the companies accountable, as has been said, and to have more accountability about how they moderate content. That's why it's so critical for us to pass it,
I got a
because
question.
it can then be emulated throughout the country at the state and local level. And while weeding out unwelcome content isn't an easy task, requiring that transparency will increase public trust, as well as help people understand the consequences of their online activity, and to educate them about how to distinguish the falsehoods from the truth. This is an effective first step in tackling the threats to our democracy. And California shouldn't sit back when there's this urgent problem. Instead, we have to lead in finding solutions, and that's what Assemblyman Gabriel's bill will do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ann. Appreciate it, and to all of our speakers. So I just want to make a few concluding observations here, and then we'll open it up to questions for me or for any of our speakers here. First is about California's role here, and I think you heard this from Ann. You also heard it from Assemblymember Lowe, the chair of our Tech Caucus, who represents Silicon Valley. California has a special obligation and a special opportunity to lead. A lot of these are homegrown California companies. We are proud of the innovation here in the state of California, but we also understand that we have a special obligation to address these issues. And given the dysfunction in Washington, where they can't even agree on what day of the week it is, let alone pass meaningful legislation that we need on this topic, California has to step up and lead. And so there are some limitations to what we can do relative to what they might be able to do in Washington and what Congress can do. But that doesn't mean that we can sit back and not do anything about the problem. And so we believe that California has a special obligation and a special opportunity to lead. And what we have heard from advocates and what we've heard from the companies themselves is whatever California does in this space, that will become a model for the rest of the nation. That will be something that other states can pick up on and work, and other countries can pick up on work as we try to create more transparency and accountability in the space. The final thing I just want to mention is also Ann mentioned issues with constitutionality. You may hear from opponents of this bill about First Amendment concerns, but I want to be clear, there's nothing in this bill that requires companies to censor speech. There's nothing that requires them to silence certain voices or to amplify other content. It simply requires them to be honest and transparent about when they are amplifying certain voices and when they are silencing others. We simply want to know, as was mentioned, there's a black box. Come out of the shadows, open up the black box, tell us how you are tell us what you are doing, be transparent for the public, and then people can make the decisions themselves. So with that, we're very hopeful that this bill is going to move through the Senate Judiciary Committee next week. It's a bill that we have been working on for 2 years. We're proud to have marshaled such a broad array of support as you heard. It has bipartisan support from Democrats and Republicans who have co-authored the bill, who voted for it. It has over 60 community organizations, and so we are hoping to move this to the governor's desk within the next couple of weeks. And with that, thank you all for being here, and happy to take any questions. Yeah, I mean, the bill, it's a great question. The bill had moved, very quickly through the Assembly, gotten bipartisan support along the way, had a very robust vote off the Senate floor. Became clear when we got to the Senate Judiciary Committee that people had questions that they wanted to be answered. They wanted us to have more conversations with the tech companies, which we've done. And so we have worked to iron out some of the details. We're going to take some amendments to clarify things, to make clear that there is no First Amendment issue here. And that's one of the reasons we specifically went with the approach that we did, because we're trying to thread the needle on the First Amendment, which I take very seriously. I don't think that the government should be telling people, should be censoring speech or telling companies how to censor speech. And also to thread the needle with Section 230, the Communications Decency Act. There's some federal preemption that says that states can't do certain things, but we think we found a way to thread that needle in a very powerful way. And so we've had conversations with stakeholders, with a lot of my colleagues. As you heard, we've brought more people on in support, and we're really hopeful that this bill is going to be able to move through the committee next week. Obviously would have loved to move it last year, but that's how the legislative process works. Sometimes you got to go out there and build a broader coalition to move something across the finish line.
I just have a quick question. As you can see, I'm a live streamer on YouTube and Twitch, and on concerning moderation, especially YouTube has some very serious moderation issues as far as they have auto moderators, one from Google, one from a couple other sources. Twitch also has a moderation tool in there. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly are you guys looking for as far as transparency and more moderation in that aspect. I mean, we were talking about Facebook and other those type of social media platforms. Yeah. But what exactly are we looking at as far as live streaming and stuff like that? I mean, obviously, I've been subject to much hate. I cover a lot of stuff here at the Capitol, especially in the last 2 years. And the amount of hate, not only, to the Jewish and the gay and to the women communities, but also just being anywhere out on social. So what exactly are you guys looking for any more transparency?
Yeah, it's a great question, and you're right that the hateful rhetoric that we see across online spaces, nobody's immune from it, and that often, and unfortunately, as the example you've seen, is manifesting itself in physical violence, in physical spaces. So the bill specifically, we are asking for companies, the platforms, to file quarterly reports with the Attorney General, where they will tell us what their content moderation policies are. We have identified a certain number of specific areas: hate speech, racism, disinformation and misinformation. That includes things around health disinformation, like vaccines. You heard Dr. Pan talk about it. Election disinformation, conspiracy theories, extremism, including threats of violence against government entities, harassment, and foreign political interference. So tell us, for all of these categories, what your policies are, right? How do you decide when you're taking things off the platform? How do you decide to moderate that content? Again, we're not telling you what to do, but tell policymakers and tell the public what you're doing. And then we're asking them to disclose their efforts to enforce those policies. So you say, this is your policy. I think you heard from Dr. Pan about investigative reports that the media has done where companies have said, here's their policy, and they go back 6 months later and nothing's changed. So tell us how you're enforcing those policies. And then to really hold them accountable, give us the data. Give us the data, the key statistics, the metrics on how you enforce those policies, right? So if you say, we have a policy against hate speech against the LGBTQ community, and somebody puts up a post that goes viral and is getting a ton of interactions and a ton of eyeballs, and you're monetizing that, and you leave it up there for 2 weeks and make a ton of money off it, and then take it down after 2 weeks, have you really helped us? Have you really done anything to address the problem? So we are asking them for specific granular data around how they're enforcing those policies, which will allow researchers and policymakers and members of the media to look at this and really call it as they see it.
And do you think it could be the reason why we're seeing a even faster, I mean, Twitch has had something recently where somebody was live streaming during a very heinous crime and it was taken down in an hour. And we're seeing more and more with Facebook and Instagrams that they're being, do you think that they're seeing that this bill is trying to get through and there's a possibility it could get through and we're seeing an uptick in that?
Look, and to your point, we've had unfortunately, a lot of violent incidents that people have live streamed on social media platforms, and then it spurs copycat stuff. It's incredibly problematic and traumatic. I think the companies will tell you, and you should go ask them, they'll acknowledge that there are issues, right? And that they need that there are issues that need to be addressed here. The question is how quickly and with what sense of urgency, and really, they've asked to self-police. The way someone said it, they've been grading their own homework here for about the past decade, right? They'll tell you, here's our policies and here's what we're doing here. But I think the sense you're hearing from vulnerable communities, from lawmakers, from the public, from folks when I talk back home, particularly from parents, is they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough fast enough. The ADL report proves that, right? They have made no progress on this. In fact, we see, hate speech and violent rhetoric against the API community doubling online. We see continued violence and hate speech and violent rhetoric against these other communities. So they're not getting the job done. And so again, we're not going to tell them what their policies have to be, but we're hoping that this push for transparency is going to provide that needed accountability and really motivate them to take their next steps. Again, if your business model is based off of amplifying content that promotes hate or violence against a vulnerable community, I think you have to own that, right? And this, I hope, is going to give them the incentive to really lean into those policies and make sure that they're protecting everybody who's online.
Thank you.
So if everything goes according to plan and this bill were to pass the legislature and be signed into law by the governor, then that would start in January, and it would be quarterly reports. So I think you would expect to see at the end of the first quarter of next year, for the first time ever, real full transparency from these companies, not just on the policies, not with their policies, but also all of that data, which is going to let us know, are they really taking the steps that are necessary to enforce these policies and protect folks, or are they not doing everything they could? All right, thank you everybody, super appreciate the attention, and just want to thank again our incredible advocates here. We're happy to stick around if anything else, but thank you everybody.
So yeah, folks, that was, so Assembly Member, I do have, so really pretty much this is, you guys are just trying to get data, really,
Yeah.
So what you were talking about, this is a needle.
Yeah.
Sewing the needle. Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you looking for with the next steps with this type of information that you'll be using?
It's a great question. I mean, I think depending on what we see, that could inform future legislative efforts, and hopefully we'll get some energy. There's reforms in Congress to pull back. Ideas talking about Section 230. They now have a shield from liability. So what I would see is if we get this data and this evidence and this research, maybe that's going to inform what people in Washington are thinking about this, or what people in other states are thinking about it. So.
Well, I really appreciate it.
Great question. Thank you very much.
Let me give you one of my cards. Give me just 1 second. You got it. That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. How are you? Thanks. Sorry about all the.
So, yeah, let's get back over here. So, there's my investigative journalism, even with my press pass. Let my press pass. So pretty much they're going to be on a fact-finding mission, which means they're trying to get to where Twitch can. Pretty much, it's a spying thing. Yep. They want to see what's going on. They want to see different pieces of hate, where it's happening, where it's coming from, where it's starting. And believe me, I understand the Asian hate and the women and stuff. I mean, it's bullshit. The Jewish, the LGBTQ, it's bullshit. But kind of some of the
one group
information
fucking left out.
Yeah. And actually, I do want to go some. Hang on, just stay right here.
I see where that's from.
Yeah, hang on. Hold this for me real quick. Page 25.
Not one person that represents me.
Yeah. Who can I? Who can I talk to from the ADL?
I don't know what's going on. Alex, stay away from me.
Looking for the gentleman from the ADL. Oh, there he is. Sir, I'd like to ask you a question. My name's That One Weird Girl. I'm a live streamer on Twitch.
Weird girl. Why don't we go on the shade?
Yeah, that'd be great. I've covered a lot of things in the last 2 years here on Twitch. I do not align myself with any group or anything. I've been attacked by Antifa. I've been attacked by other groups. I've even had to put people away in jail because of their attacks on us. And I was reading this over and, talking about controversial content. What's the conspiracy theories about Antifa?
So
on page 25 there.
Let's do it off camera. If that's okay.
I'd rather not. We're that's
we
our
live
thing.
right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
So I appreciate letting you know. So point to where we are.
I'm talking about conspiracy theories about Antifa.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right here. Oh, I'm facing the other way. Okay.
He had to run. Pleasure. Look forward to working with you. So one of the things with Antifa is when you look at the violence on both sides. So dramatically, the violence from extremists is on the right side, far right. That's where most of the violence comes. There are some, when you look at the conspiracies, about the degree to which they have engaged in violent and even murderous acts. So when you look at this, there's one example of an Antifa activist who engaged in an act of homicide. So when we look at this about these conspiracies, some of it is creating that Antifa has proven to be as violent as the extremists of the right.
And I have seen that personally.
And both do, but the data is dominantly on the right. That doesn't mean it's absent on the left. But that's, when we look in the report, that's the essence of it.
So I'm just trying to understand more of where this is, who was looked at in these questions here. Because I've heard the theories from both sides.
Right.
I have witnessed the violence on both sides.
Right.
So you're saying that there has been more on the more evil happening on the extreme right side, or
the data is clear is that the violent expression of extremism on the right is much greater than the violent expression on the left, particularly for Antifa.
So what do you think happened here a year and a half ago downtown when we had the riots and we had all that?
Unfortunately, I don't know enough to give you any
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Wow, folks. Wow. I don't know if you guys all heard that. That was a lot of bullshit. ADL goes, oh yeah, no, there's way more extremism on the right side than there is on the left, than from Antifa. I'm like, so you don't know, so what do you think happened? Who was responsible for what happened here a year and a half ago downtown? Whose fault is that? I don't have enough information on that, but the data is clear.
We have enough information, but the data is clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I could put it in your backpack.
Toilet paper in my backpack?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, no. ADL is something else.
Yeah. I mean...
They used to be a positive thing. Now they've become a... Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it on both sides, folks, but...
You can say that it only goes one
they
way.
used one example about a person. I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You've only seen what you've seen on regular media. You have not watched social media. I can tell that guy does not do social media. He doesn't watch social media. He doesn't watch Twitch, YouTube. He doesn't watch the live streams. I just, wow. Yeah, we're going this way. I'm honestly confused.
Want to control something they know nothing about.
Yeah, that was just, boy.
I know what I expected once I saw what was up.
ADL Antifa? Is ADL Antifa then?
They support him.
Apparently. Oh my God.
I probably shouldn't smoke.
Let's smoke right here. Fuck it. Oh, we'll walk over there though.
Something else happen over here now?
Well, wait. We gotta figure out what's all going on. Where is everything? Wait, yeah, there is something going on over here. Hang on. I gotta look at my, yeah, they want to dox and gang stalk those who don't agree. Yeah, wow. It just goes to show they are so out of touch of what actually goes on. They just want statistics from all the media companies.
I don't want to stand in the middle of the park.
Oh.
You're supposed to smoke.
Oh, okay. I was I was actually blown away by that. Uh-oh, looks like there's a strike over here. The fuck?
What else is happening here today?
A bunch of stuff. Oh, the affordable housing. That's where this is at. Okay. Thank you. Well, I just wanted to get a little bit more clarification as to what exactly was going to be happening. What are they actually asking for? So they're just wanting statistics on what is reported, what isn't, is what I assume. I mean, it was so vague, but, you know, obviously it's a springboard platform. We will be later. Yeah, but you unfolded their entire bullshit in 2 sentences. Yeah. I mean, the hate against groups and people in general fucking blows. I get that. I don't allow... it's... Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
That was such a untouched with reality. And especially the people from the tech companies, he knew it was bullshit.
1984 is past. Forget about Big Brother. Welcome to 2022, where the government is your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Not mine. That's Tommy Christ.
And I hope a lot of streamers get to watch this later, or if they have already, we're watching through here, because that's something that could affect all of you. Now, think of it this way: if I'm a live streamer in California, I have people from all over the world.
Right.
So who's being...
Right.
So why is California getting into the world? So are they only following California people? Are they going to be following everybody through the United States? I mean, obviously these are other questions I need to ask, but
they don't have the answers.
They honestly, I don't think, have the answers. Just like that ADL dude.
Another knee-jerk
the
reaction.
ADL dude wanted me to go off camera. He wanted me, can we do this off camera? I'm all, no, I'm live streaming. That's my thing.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I came. Oh, that's right. That's what you were.
I was flipped. Yeah. I mean, they're so out of touch. It's ridiculous. They know exactly what they're doing, but they just don't know how to achieve it over there. But this is something else different over here, folks. We'll get over there in just a minute.
Take your butt. There's a garbage can right there.
And I'm going to take your water.
Okay.
There's another one. Oh, that's empty. Okay. Be right here. Hang on. Gotta put you guys on the ground for a sec. Ooh, look at the pretty grass. Any bugs?
Yeah, I gotta make that shirt. Despite my appearance.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect today.
So hey everybody, thanks for being here at that One Weird Girl live at the California State Capitol grounds. Yeah, extremism on both sides fucking suck. That's just out of touch with reality right there. I think that's some sort of luncheon or something, I don't know. Find out. All right, let's go over here. Carpenters Union supports affordable homes. Cool, because we know that's a major crisis.
Fucking houses in this town.
How about
houses,
just
apartments, whatever.
affordable apartments that aren't slums?
Right.
Kind of like where we're at, and we're paying almost $1,600 a month. Neighbors paying $1,600 a month. It's ridiculous. There's a tin up here that I can get some more information from. Huh? Yeah. I think there was. Oh, yeah. No, that's just a media tent. Yeah, because it gets warm. Gets warm out here. Because if we need it, California needs this more than anything. We need this more than anything. We're gonna come right over here in the shade. Hey guys. Lean up against something here. So yeah, we're getting ready to start here. Yeah, it was a joke. Combat Veterans Memorial. This is warm out here. Well, it's supposed to be like 104 later. I might even not even stand for this one. I might just pop a squat on the ground here. Yeah, the waiting lists are incredible for these expensive homes. I mean, they just built ones over at 16th and H, right across the street from the governor's mansion. It's a really cool place. $2,200 for a studio apartment? What in the God's honest name warrants a $2,200 freaking studio apartment?
It has a view either.
Yeah, it doesn't have a view either.
It has a view of the homeless highway.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we're gonna see what this is gonna be about. Oh yeah, dude, it's insane. Urban sprawl, baby, urban sprawl. Well, the thing is that everywhere in California is high rent. I mean, where we lived in Southern California, we had a one-bedroom apartment. Was there a washer? Yeah, there was a dishwasher in that.
Which one?
SoCal.
Oh yeah, dishwasher.
Yeah.
Dryer. We didn't have washer and dryer.
No, it was detached. We had a garage, detached garage. It was $1,200 a month in 2004, 2005. Right now, what is it?
$2,500.
$2,500 a month.
Hell, the ones in Florida.
And those were ghetto as fuck.
Which ones?
The SoCal.
SoCal, yeah. Well, it was ghetto for South OC, but.
Yeah. Well, just trying to get out of California. No, seriously, the pricing for U-Hauls and stuff are really expensive. So just even trying to get out of California, it's incredible. And then even trying to move into apartments, folks. You have to come up with first, last month's rent, your security deposit, a pet waiver. Sometimes you're looking at almost 10 grand just to move in, folks. Close to 10 grand just to move into an apartment. One bedroom or even a studio. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, before COVID, they wanted 6 for that one apartment. And
yeah.
It was a hood as hell.
I mean, yeah, or you could live in the ghetto, but you're still paying $1,000 a month for a studio apartment.
No, not even. Still paying more than that.
Yeah, still actually paying more than that in South Sac. I mean, it's sickening. I mean, home rentals. Good God. Forget about renting a home. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for this to start, which will probably be about 15 more minutes.
Plane mock-up?
Yeah, that'll be on the west side of the Capitol. We'll head over there next. But I just wanted to... So what time is it?
10:44.
Okay. Let me see what else is on the docket. Hang on. So we have... All right, so we just finished
Hey, how you doing?
social media safety.
Good. Well,
This is going to be the rally to... Okay, that could be the Vision rally, Act rally over there.
Vision.
Keep ICE out of California. Yeah. Well, that one rally already happened. For another piece of legislation, I'm looking at the event calendar here. So yeah, stay here, and then so I kind of want to hear a little bit on this. Might not stay here the entire time.
Yeah, down that way, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like looking around, seeing what's going on. Right, and that's the thing. California is just that stupid expensive, and you know, we do have everything here. I mean, that is the thing about California.
Except for mass humidity.
Except for mass humidity.
We left that to Oregon.
Yeah. I mean, well, and then permitting. Okay, so say you own a home here in California. Your hot water heater goes out, or you want to switch out your refrigerator, your washer and dryer. Did you know you actually have to get a building permit? You have to get a building permit to replace your dishwasher, replace your hot water heater, do anything. Now, some of the, like, depending on what you're doing, Home Depot can take care of that for you right then and there. I don't even know how much they are, and I'm sure they're a couple $100.
Oh, I had to get a building permit in years.
I know. You know, so it's...
It used to be a real pain in the ass, not gonna lie.
It's just too expensive. One, just to move out, and then two, find a job. But three, then we won't be here. We wouldn't be able to bring you guys this coverage. But no, seriously, just getting a U-Haul or even those pods to have them stored, shipped,
Still looking at the Delta.
and we're still talking several $1,000s. When we moved back out here from Colorado, back out here to California, what was it, $5,000? For the pods and then the storage for a couple months? And
Well, for like 6 months.
yeah, but I mean, because we had to wait till our place was ready. Our apartment, see, we had to wait for an apartment.
Actually, it was almost a year.
It was almost a year. But I mean, just the initial cost of them, it was like, the initial cost was about $3,000 just to get them.
We loaded it all up.
And we loaded it.
We just picked it up, shipped it across country.
So yeah, they're going to keep you here and screw you over. And businesses, if you're looking to relocate and then you say you're from California, they're like, oh, Well, we can't give you we can give you a relocation bonus, but it ain't gonna do you crap. Right, Kilo? How you doing? So we're at right now, folks.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we're at the.
I'll be on the corner from up here.
All right. Carpenters Union for affordable homes. So get started here in just a few minutes, and then we're going to take a walk around to the west side of the Capitol steps. And yeah, busy morning this morning here at the California State Capitol. Plus all the construction going on, as you can hear. There's always construction, but like those chainsaws you heard earlier, part of what they're having to do, they're trying to build an underground parking structure underneath the Capitol. But in order to do so, they got to remove some of the trees that have been here for over 100 years, if not longer. I think one of the oldest ones is 150 years old. And they cut one of them down. That's what you guys heard earlier. You even heard me go, oh shit. Yeah, when the water's gone, it won't be an issue anymore. I know, right? No, California screwed the pooch on that 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Honestly, the amount of reservoirs is too low. I mean, it's sick how much water is distributed from Northern California to Southern California. We get all the water restrictions. Southern California, freaking, water your yard. Oh God, I know. And then, dude, with Lake Mead, then all the bodies they're finding. Good God, like the one in the barrel. What's interesting about that one in particular, they were able to nail down when he was killed, or approximately when he was killed, because of his shoes. It was sold at Kmart between like the spring and summer of 1977 or something like that. Freaking crazy. Freaking crazy. So we do have some assembly members, more politicians we get to listen to. You know, I got family out there in Texas and stuff, and I've actually talked to them about what's happening lately, and they're just like, oh, good God, you freaking Californians had to come out here. So, no, we've talked about moving. We've talked about it. But then I think of, well, then what do I do? Crazy. But they found like several bodies in the last month, 2 months. It's crazy. Well, it's like Folsom Lake when it's actually pretty full. But Folsom Lake up here outside of Sacramento, when it gets down real low, you know, they'll find bodies of people who drowned like the year or two prior. Or like when we get heavy rains, they get washed up. So yeah, it's nasty. Right. Pretty much it is a supply and demand type of deal. But I mean, they've already started talking about how sellers of their homes, home sellers, they're already starting to see a cooling in the housing trends. They're already starting to see it. Yeah, I think that's the Vision rally over there. Not sure. This is like the busiest day at the Capitol in a long time, folks. First day of summer. Start of rally season. Yeah, it's supposed to be 104 degrees today, folks. It's going to be a hot one. Anything over 100, it's just freaking hot. But luckily we do have a breeze, but it's coming from the north, which is a warm breeze. Pop a squat?
Yeah. I guess I don't have to get back up.
Right? Oh wait, I forgot. I brought my little mini tripod too. Oh. Yeah, but it'll be nice and cool on your butt. Huero cole.
What's up, brother?
Oh yeah, I'm putting you guys on the ground. Ah. There we go. That way I don't have to hold it and it'll stay still. Hey 99, how you doing? I'll just lay down, screw it. No, see, I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, it's too warm to stand up or squat.
Same machine as that one my dad had.
Oh God, it is.
But it was so ancient, it was much scarier.
Oh, the dude's edger.
The edger. There was no guard on it. You had to use a stick to stop it.
Right.
So you had to pull the coil, the coil wire off the spark plug.
God, I hated that thing. I hated that thing.
Or you can reach down and unplug it, but it'll give you a nice little jolt.
Right. So we're out here at the Carpenters Union supporting affordable homes. We got a couple of assembly members. I think there's even a senator here that's going to be speaking. But yeah, they're still getting set up. We're just over here in the shade. Yeah, I think that's the Vision, the ICE people.
Carpenters, why don't we start making our way over here to the front, please? About 5 minutes to start in about 5 minutes.
Damn it!
You
I thought everyone.
making your way towards the memorial.
Oh man! Shit. Sorry.
As you come up, grab a sign.
And here I thought I was going to be all comfortable this time. Hey, I wouldn't be blaming people if they wanted to stand in the shade, but obviously better photo opportunity. I'm going to hold that, please. Thank you. Oh wait, no, they're going to stand. All right, no, maybe we get to stay right here. Oh yeah. Okay, so they're all gonna stand behind it. Okay.
Say we were brothers.
All right, so yeah, they are gonna stay back there. Yay! Huzzah! Yeah, AB 211. That's what this one is. So this isn't the one we missed. Yay! Alright, there we go.
After I got out of prison, I went straight up, right to the now.
Why is it glitching like that?
They still, even they had a reputation. So I got my food. And then they have to stop.
Well, that's what I'm going to start saying. I'm going to go right now for like 3 years, man.
I picked him up.
Oh no. Nope. American Woman, good to see you, hon. How you doing? This is the Carpenters Union in support of AB 211 or 2011 for affordable homes, using well, you'll hear, folks. But earlier we were at the social media transparency conference where I pretty much just destroyed them. Sorry. That was. I am doing well, my dear. Right? Just trying to figure out why my one camera's like glitching a little.
There you go. Good. Good. Steve. They ended on stickers. Palomo.
They're getting ready to start here.
Palomo.
Yeah, I want the Affordable Gas Union. Thank you.
Are we going to go with the press? Just checking in to make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
Got a
formal.
little setup. I'm like, she might be a little digital.
yeah, no.
I like her setup though, the tripod and everything.
Yeah, and then I got the monopod here. So, yeah.
I didn't get one of those.
I've tried to use the gimbals, but they just, one, they suck up so much power.
Yeah.
Two, it's just big, bulky. It's horrible. And plus, if you need to get up high, the monopods, this came with the Kodak stand for $34 on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, hold your signs up on this side.
Great, nice
Thank you.
Nice meeting you too.
Great job, guys.
Oh, really?
In the group or out the group? In that way, boys. This way.
Prevailing wage. Yep.
There you go. Good. Okay. Got a two that just jumped in. Eugene. And you two. That way.
I haven't done my cross stitching in forever. I miss my cross stitching. They're just taking some photos right now.
All right. All right. Hold your signs up loud and proud. Let's go. Hold them up.
No, this is Carpenters Union.
Just trying to get a shot in front with the hands, man. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. I was waiting for you. We're worried. I got sucked into the conversation. Yeah, I know.
interview the chainsaw guy.
I saw the smoking skin for a second.
Oh my God. Does look like him. Everyone's asked me, I need to go interview the chainsaw guy.
I wanted to go on the phone.
Two councils, one voice. Two councils, one voice. Two councils, one voice. Two councils, one voice.
I tried. No, we're just over here because we're in the shade.
Run, sir.
Well, these are it's just in support of affordable homes. AB 2011, we'll go over that here in just a minute.
You know what we're fighting for? What's this all about? Housing. What's this all about? Housing. Healthcare. What's this all about?
Jobs, wages, and benefits.
Jobs. When do we want it? Now. Are we ready to fight?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Hey, son. How you doing? How are you doing? Welcome to the channel.
You know what we're fighting for? Sacramento, get it straight. What's this all about? Housing. What's this all about? Healthcare. What's this all about? Housing. Union jobs. What do we want? Now. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Damn right.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know what we're fighting for. We know what we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sacramento, get it straight. Sacramento, get it straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know what we're fighting for. We know what we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sacramento, get it straight. Sacramento, get it straight. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Housing. What do we want? Housing. What do we want? Housing. All right, let's do healthcare. What do we want? Healthcare. What do we want? Healthcare. What do we want? Healthcare. All right, let's do union jobs. What do we want? Union jobs. What do we want? Union jobs. What do we want? Union jobs. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Then let Sacramento hear you loud and proud. Yeah.
I was just getting better. So they'll be getting started here in just a minute.
I'm not standing in the sun.
Yeah, everybody else, they all realize my stuff is overheating. Yeah, that's why we're over here, folks. Well, actually, what's interesting, the number of requests for unionization has gone up tremendously across the board, across all different types of industry. And the number escapes me off the top of my head. I was just reading on it yesterday. But yeah, it has skyrocketed, the call for more unions on all sides, on everything, not even just homing.
What's housing? What's this all about? Housing. Next one's healthcare. What's this all about? Healthcare. Next one's union jobs. What's this all about? Union jobs. Next one's now. When do we want it? Now. Are we ready to fight? Damn right.
Who else is on it?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Oh, you were definitely right. You were right about that, Grandpa. Right to work states have proven the value of unions.
I don't think so. I think they feel
Yeah, let's get you on the ground. Yeah, all the speakers should head up there. And then Ron
Assembly Member Wicks. You want to join her?
They're going to start right now.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Ron Roulette. I'm the political director of the Carpenters Union. Welcome here today. To be here today, besides legislative leaders, housing organizations, union labor leaders, SEIU, CSEA, all the carpenters, all up and down Northern California, and many, many more. Today marks another important milestone. Today we have the opportunity to move forward a bill that will not only open up the gridlock so that California can start building affordable homes, but it will lift up all construction workers by providing them living wages, family medical health care, training through our apprenticeships, that we can make sure that we have a diverse workforce. And more importantly, we're going to put language in there that gives compliance and gives officers the tools to make sure that we stomp out the underground economy in the housing industry. This incredible bill that I'm speaking about is AB 2011, the Affordable Housing and High Roads Jobs Act. AB 2011 will give the working class the opportunity to live where they work. It will give working class the opportunity for a better life. It will give the working class hours back in their day so they can spend them with time with family and friends. Today, I have the honor of having the person who authored this bill. She is a force within the walls of the Capitol. She is a champion for the working class.
Thank you, American woman.
She's working tirelessly for all of us to make sure that we can someday own a home. Please welcome Assembly Member Buffy Wicks.
We are going into the Senate Housing Committee today, and we are going to pass this bill. And I've got a lot of bills. This is my 4th year. I have never had partners like the Carpenters Union. And I will be in the foxhole with you guys any day of the week. I will fight alongside with you any day of the week. Are you ready for health care? Are you ready for prevailing wage? Are you ready to crack down on with you today. We are going to pass this bill. We are going to send this bill to the Governance and Finance Committee next week. We're going to pass it out of that committee. It is going to go to the Senate floor, and it is going to go to the governor's desk. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen, and I cannot do it. We cannot do it unless we act together, unless we organize together with our friends at CHC, and our friends at SEIU, and our friends at CSCA, and the whole coalition is going to support this bill and get it over the finish line. I just want to thank you all so much for your work, your commitment, your dedication, your willingness to be out here in this hot sun with those hats on. That means the world to me. And you're going to be in that committee, and I want all of you to go up to that mic and say, me too. I support this bill. Because I want better wages. I want our families to feel economically secure, to be able to afford the roof over their head so that their families can flourish. I'm honored to be with you here today, and I'm equally as honored to introduce our next speaker, my dear friend, my partner in crime on all things housing. Hi, Bambi. One of our main joint co-authors, Mr. Tim Grayson.
Can I just drop the mic for Buffy? Is she awesome or what? Assemblymember Wicks, thank you so much for your tireless work, for your dedication, for your conviction and passion for housing, for those that want to make California their home, for the strong workforce that we have represented with us here today. Thank you very much. I am thrilled to be a joint author with AB 2011 to help California build the homes that it so desperately needs. Our housing affordability crisis is really undeniably dire. California averages fewer than 100,000 new units per year, and our state has never in any year produced more than 20,000 new affordable homes. That lack of supply, the new development has pushed home ownership further out of reach of hardworking families and caused the median price for a single-family home to soar beyond, are you ready? $827,000. That is not acceptable.
No, it's not.
That is not tenable. This is simply not going to work for California. In order to simply keep pace with existing demand, which is not enough to really address the crisis, we need to build 180,000 new housing units a year, including 80,000 units affordable to lower income households. I can't think of a group better to turn loose and let them build the housing in California than right behind me, the hardworking Carpenters. AB 2011 gives us, it helps us get more homes in our communities, and it supports workers who will be building these homes. So I'm proud. I'm proud to be working with my colleague from Oakland, Assemblymember Wicks, on this bill, and we both share the commitment to having needs of construction workers valued and heard. Creating new housing opportunities and protecting worker opportunities are both absolutely essential to the well-being and California's economy and future. So let's do this. Let's make this year the year to support new construction and help our state build itself out of the housing crisis. Give it up for the Carpenters. Give it up for housing.
Thank you, Assemblymember Grayson. And thank you, Assemblymember Wicks. We do have a long line of people every day joining to co-author, over 14 right now for this bill as it stands. We do have a cast of visionary leaders ready to help us out and stand beside us. And today we have Marina Wyatt from the California Housing Consortium. Please.
Fighting for affordable housing in the city
just, I think what she's trying to say.
Very much. Our next guest
Yeah,
is
we'll just leave it.
EST for the Southwest Regional Council of Carpenters.
No, just the fact that they're rolling in their graves because it's a topic. The fact that we're having to deal with it is ridiculous.
Good morning, Carpenters. First and foremost, thank you, Assemblymember Wicks, Assemblymember Grayson, and Maria for showing leadership and for having the guts to step up and find a solution to build housing in California. Like I was introduced, my name is Pete Rodriguez. I am a union carpenter, representative, executive secretary, and treasurer for the Southwest Regional Council of Carpenters, representing Southern California today with close to 60,000 members. We're proud to co-sponsor AB 2011. Make no mistake about it. AB 2011 is about building homes. It's about putting roof over Californianos, over California residents today. That's what we're looking to do. It's a pro-worker bill that will help all working building our housing projects. They will earn a middle-class wage, which is prevailing wages, that include health care and open up apprenticeship opportunities for our communities. As we sit here, we have this presentation at the Veterans Memorial. Those apprenticeship opportunities are open to the veterans that are transitioning into our society today as we speak. It's a pro-affordable housing bill as well, to make sure that the workers that are going to be building these houses can afford to live in these houses. That means, in order to afford them, you have to eliminate the underground economy, which means that you got to pay them with a paycheck. Which means that the paycheck has to have a check stub. Which means that you have to eliminate the coyote, the labor program. Say goodbye to the human trafficking. Say goodbye to the labor trafficking and say hello to a living wage and to a standard in California where we're putting roofs over California heads. I said it once and I'll say it again. We're gonna be putting roofs over California people's heads. In Southern California, we know firsthand the impact of housing crisis has on working families. Last year alone, housing prices in Southern California rose by 16%. What didn't rise was the workforce industry wages. What didn't rise and what did continue to rise was, like I said a little bit ago, the labor trafficking in the underground economy. Nearly half of construction workers are forced to depend on government assistance just to get by today. Status quo is unacceptable. This is not working for California. We need to change, and we need to change now.
The bill's getting ready to be passed. They're going to be talking about it today in the...
El tiempo es ahora para el cambio, y el cambio es hoy. ¿Estamos de acuerdo, Carpinteros? ¿Estamos de acuerdo, California? AB 2011 will make it easier to build affordable and workforce housing. At the same time, it will raise the labor standards so that workers can afford to work and live with some dignity. And that means the dignity is your ability to put food on the table, not to have to wait around for some sort of government handout. We don't want handouts. What we want are the jobs. What we want are the wages, and we want the benefits that come along with those jobs. We can't continue, and we can't. As
Nope,
California
haven't seen it. Seriously haven't.
Stand down the road. We need to stop playing politics with housing and start building housing. This today, as we stand, AB 2011 is a historic coalition formed by the developer communities, affordable housing advocates, community groups, and labor. We invite all labor to stand shoulder to shoulder with us. Today, AB 2011, we're going to build the people that are going to be building our projects in California. Let's get hot, and let's get to work. Let's start building some houses with AB 2011.
rebuilding prevailing wages. Everywhere we go. People want to know. Who we are. So we tell them. We are the Carpenters.
Hey, Loki, cheers.
Our next guest needs no introduction here in Northern California, but he is the EST for the NorCal Carpenters Union, my mentor, my boss, and the leader and visionary working tirelessly all the time for the working class men and women out there, Jay Bradshaw.
Well, again, my name is Jay Bradshaw. I'm honored to represent the 38,000 hardworking men and women of the NorCal Carpenters Union. And I am just as honored to stand with the membership of NorCal, with the membership of the Southwest Regional Council. Because there's a new day for housing in Sacramento, but it's also a new day for the Carpenters' power in Sacramento. Councils, but it is one fight, one union, one brotherhood, one sisterhood. I will echo my brother, Pete Rodriguez. We welcome anyone to stand shoulder to shoulder with us in the most important fight, I would argue, for our lives in California. Right now, 2.5 million built in California. Half of those need to be built in the affordable category. And statistics are one thing. They can be dramatic, they can make a point. But the real issue is, what does that mean for working class people in California? The housing crisis right now in San Francisco, an affordable, inclusionary housing unit studio, 450 square feet, is about $1 million to produce.
Jesus Christ.
Looking beyond that, looking at housing for working class people, there's a lot of talk right now about the transportation crisis as well. The transportation crisis was created by the housing crisis, was created by the broken system of housing delivery, and has built an economic model that is based on exploitation of construction workers throughout Northern California. Right now, the real facts of the matter are 90% of housing construction workers are non-union.
No more!
And that's the fact. We are shoulder to shoulder with our friends here today. And I will also give credit to those who had the guts to stand up with us and tell the truth, but more importantly, to lay out a solution. It's easy to see the problem, but what is the solution? For the Carpenters Union, we say to those 90% unorganized that are getting exploited right now, you are our brothers, and you are our sisters, and we want to help you help yourselves rise up. And that's what has been tied to housing production. And there's a moment in time right now where the developers, because of the broken system, will side with us. It is up to us to do everything we can do to get this done. We do not need government to run our union. We do not need government to organize for us. Deal with the lack of housing supply for our very members that are crushing them right now, moving everything away from our working members and other workers. Give us a level playing field, one not based on breaking the law, and provide housing to working people. And we will do the job that this organization, the Carpenters Union, has been doing for over 100 years. We will go out and support those workers that are not in our organization. We will help pull them up, and we will pull them in, and we will speak with one voice. We're not scared of that task. Will you stand with me? We challenge anyone to step with us, shoulder to shoulder. We support inclusionary housing. We support affordable housing, but we will not pander to tradition. We will not pander to institutional coalitions that maybe don't work anymore. But if you're ready to step up for the working class that is being exploited in housing, and you're willing to face the fact that if we don't create housing for working people in California, there are very, very troubled days ahead for our beautiful state. Stand with us. We will have your back. Stay with us. We are 125% into this fight, and we hope you are too. Thank you.
Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to fight? Can we do it? Yeah. Can we do it? Yeah. Can we do it? Yeah. Everywhere we go.
So yeah, guys, I'm sorry if the camera starts glitching a little bit. It is extremely hot today, folks, even though we're in the shade. It is extremely hot. So yeah, the camera might glitch just a little bit here and there. I'll try and keep them cycled through so it doesn't get too bad.
So our fight is just beginning. Today, we march down to the swing space, and I hope you can join me as we march down there and we tell our legislators, we need housing today. We need AB 2011. I want to thank everyone standing here today, the assembly members that are taking on the fight themselves. It does not go unnoticed. We appreciate everything you do. Please join me in fighting and marching down to the swing space and letting these legislators know we need housing now, we need better wages, we need better benefits. Thank you, everyone.
That must be the ice thing going that way. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely overheating. I got the cover on it. Yeah, sometimes it kind of glitches a little bit. It's just that hot.
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
Really cool.
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
I mean, it's supposed to be over 100 degrees today, folks, and it's already in the 90s. March with these guys here.
I know.
No, I mean, it's ridiculous. How much?
Around 12:50.
How much everything is costing here in California. But there's also been regulations and OSHA, and what they can use, what they can't use. Okay, they got 15 minutes. Let's head this way.
That fence makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I'm pretty sure BZP and them are over there. So we're gonna, because with all the construction folks, they got fencing around. It's not like we could just, our normal little walkways and stuff.
They've completely blocked it all off. So
yeah, so it's hard as hell to try and get around to the west side. Yeah. So yeah. Wait, I can see you guys. Wait, am I up? They're saying I went down.
Yep, you're down.
It says I'm offline.
Wait a minute, no. I got the head thing. Where do I? Oh yeah, no, you're up.
Okay, no, I'm up. I'm here.
Well, because when I came back in, I got the head thing.
Are you guys okay? So I must have been just in a dead spot. I was like, I can see you guys, the chat. I don't have anything saying low connection.
Well, I've seen it go down and you still have connection to the chat.
Yeah, so we're just you got to let me know.
It sucks.
What?
The way they blocked us all off.
Oh, I know.
I bet you it all stays this way.
Wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. All right, cool. Went offline for a second. So yeah, that must be a little dead spot right there. But yeah, the phone is warm as hell. It's charging, at least. I just have it on a trickle charge. But yeah. Because I do want to get over to the... I don't know if I might be able to get inside, too. For the...
Oh, you can.
Yeah. Oh, you could... Oh, yeah. Never mind. The Reverend's putting a water bottle up against the phone. I mean, I got my little cover and everything. It's kind of cute.
Need fans.
Yeah.
That's going to take more power.
Right.
You have to have two of these things or strapped to it.
Okay, so earlier we were at a press conference because California lawmakers want social media, Twitch, YouTube, all of them, Facebook, TikTok, they want everybody's info. They want to know what their moderation policies are, what they're doing to stop the hate, stop the violence, and it was interesting. I'll have to go back over it with you guys later on tonight because they're talking about how there's been mass misinformation, conspiracy theories against Antifa. And so I went to the ADL dude, the head dude. I'm like, can you explain this to me? He's all, well, and far-right groups are more, what do you say? Extreme than Antifa.
Yeah.
Than the left. And I'm like, oh, really? So what happened here in Sacramento a year and a half ago? Can you tell me who that was? Why the streets are all, marked up because of Antifa? So you want to tell me what these conspiracy... Well, there's plenty, there was one guy who was had a murder charge, and I'm like, yeah, and
there was 3 of them that were charged with hate crimes for attacking us.
So yeah, it was big bullshit, and I called him out on it. Oh, first off, he wanted me to turn off the camera. He wanted to talk to me off camera. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So that's the first hour of today. Yeah, that I was really taken back. It was so ridiculous how out of touch these people really truly are when it comes to social media. I asked them about what exactly are you wanting about moderation? I mean, there's already auto-modding on YouTube, Twitch, and dang near everybody else. So what is it that you're really truly wanting? Well, there's a federal piece of legislation trying to go through, so... Yeah, they both suck. So, yeah. Extremism, no matter whose side you're on, is bullshit. No, I just actually want water. I'm thirsty.
I've got lots of you.
But it was just interesting how it was specifically listed... and I don't even know what their information was about. I mean, again, trying to ask them to explain what are the conspiracy theories about Antifa, because every single one of them I've seen has been true. I mean, it's like all they've ever watched is whatever they have seen on mainstream media. And here I was the only live streamer out there, which is sad because every single live streamer here in Sacramento, Julius, honey, you probably should have been at this one. I know you're not watching me, but Julius, you probably should have been at that. That was pretty insane. Screen's almost back to normal, yeah. Well, now there's a breeze coming through. It's still a little glitchy, but...
Yeah, away from the concrete.
Yeah, that too, away from the concrete. So these folks are getting ready to march over to the remote meeting area for the assembly members, to where they're going to be talking about this bill in chambers. I don't know if I'll be able to get in there, but we'll see. Oh, which probably means I should take something out of my purse.
Everything out of your purse.
Yeah. Hang on.
Put it in my backpack.
I'm going to put it in here with your bandana.
Okay. You don't have any pocket knives or anything, do you?
No, I don't.
Because if I can get in there, I will. Cards.
That's what I said.
Key.
Yeah, exactly. So I figured you had some little,
Protection device.
or just, box opener.
Hey, I found the other lighter.
Yay.
Oh, and I found that too. Yay.
So you probably want to.
Yep.
Oh, hell, I didn't realize you all in my ear. Well, the camera was the other way. Sorry about that. Extreme close-up.
I sneezed.
Cowabunga.
Uh-huh.
That's a nice breeze.
Yeah, right.
Oh, do you want to get this in your purse, though?
Yeah, put that in my purse. It's my tripod that I can put you guys on. I might be able to get into the hearing about this piece of this bill here, piece of legislation for affordable housing. So hopefully we'll get in there and that'd be cool. Hey, Geek Boy, how you doing? Yeah, right? Yeah, I know. Dude, my eye was watering so bad earlier today. There was something blowing around. But yeah, let's check. Yeah, there we go. It's not all seizure-ish. Poondog, how you doing? How you feeling? Hopefully you're feeling better. So we're getting ready to march to the satellite assembly meeting area for the California legislators. We'll be heading over there here in just a few minutes. Electrifying wet Pop-Tart, how are you doing? We are on the grounds of the California State Capitol. We're on the eastern side of the Capitol. There's a bunch of construction going on in front of the Capitol. So a lot of rallies and press conferences that are normally held at the Capitol, which is on the other side of these trees. You can't quite see it. Actually, you can probably see the construction fencing over there. So they've relocated a lot of the rallies and press conferences out and around the park. So yeah, happy first day of summer, everybody. It's gonna be hella hot. So I don't know if I'll be able to go inside or not. We'll see. I don't have a mask with me, so I probably won't be able to get in there. Just realized that. I just realized I do not have a mask, so I probably cannot get in the building. That's okay. We'll see. And I actually like the thunderstorms, the afternoon thunderstorms. We lived in Orlando for a few months, and I love the 3 o'clock thunderstorms. So yeah, we're gonna have to go through security. It looks like they're gonna try and get all these people inside. So this is gonna be interesting, folks. I didn't bring a mask.
Oh shit! Come here. You want a bandana? I might have one.
You have a bandana, yeah.
I might have a mask.
You do. Sweet. All right, getting ready to march.
Mighty Carpenters!
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, Carpenters, you ready to make some noise? Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4! We know what we're fighting for! 5, 6, 7, 8! Sacramento, get it straight! Housing!
Because you know what? We can help clean up that, folks. We can help clean up that with this.
What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! Are you ready to fight? Now! Are you ready to fight? Now! Are you ready to fight? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! Everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People wanna know! People wanna know! Who we are! Who we are! So we tell them! So we tell them! We are the Carpenters! We are the Carpenters! The Carpenters Union! Carpenters Union! Everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People wanna know! People wanna know! Who we are! Who we are! So we tell them! So we tell them! We are the Carpenters! We are the Carpenters! The Carpenters Union! The Carpenters Union! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Housing! When do we want it?
God bless him. He's going to need a Ricola.
Housing! When do you want it? Now! What do you want? Housing! When
part of the construction happening here at the Capitol.
We know what we're fighting for.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. Sacramento, get it straight.
By the way, here's one of my cars.
Housing.
Yeah.
Si se puede, 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 si se puede. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. 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 Estamos en la lucha.
Oh, there's a couple hundred guys out here.
1, 2, 3, 4. We know what we're fighting for. We know what we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sacramento, get it straight. What's this all about? Housing. What's this all about? Housing. What's this all about? Housing. When do we want it? Now. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. I say, are you ready to fight? Yeah. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. What do we want? Housing. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Housing. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Housing. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Housing. What do we want it? Now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Some bitch.
We know what we're fighting for. We know what we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sacramento, get it straight. Sacramento, get it straight. What's this all about? Housing. What's this all about? Housing. What's this all about? Housing. When do we want it? Now. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. I said, Sacramento, are you ready to fight? Yeah. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. People want to know. People want to know who we are. Who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the Carpenters. We are the Carpenters. Carpenters Union. The Carpenters Union. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. People want to know. People want to know who we are. Who we are.
So we're going to pause while they're doing their free speech, about 5 minutes or till you wrap up.
We're doing a rally to end ICE transfer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to join, you can join us. But
Yeah, got it.
thank you. Like,
Of course.
You can join us too.
Lots of union members.
How you doing, hon?
It's good. Good workout.
Yeah, it is. Well, what a better way to start the season, right? Get it all worked out. Get ready for the summer. So it looks like they're only allowing so many to go in there. So I don't know if they're going to let me go in because I don't want to take away from these guys. I don't want to take one of their seats, folks. Because they were just talking to some members of the CHP, talking about how, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, they're still under certain restrictions inside the government buildings. But again, folks, I think we're going to sit this one out so we can allow people that want to speak on behalf of the union get in there. Guy was totally eavesdropping on me over there. What the hell? Dude, like, seriously. He's like, what are you doing? No, not the camera guy I was just talking to, another dude. definitely hot out here, folks. So, folks, I think what we'll do, because there's another thing going on here for ICE people against deportation, ICE deportation. You know, that's something I'm. Yeah. Anyway, but what I think we're gonna do. Oh, yep. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I've never been down here. I didn't even know that place was there. Yeah, I know. I don't even know where the heck we are.
Get in there.
What's
this license?
Yeah. Well, and then they were using some of the buildings for satellite offices, while other ones were getting that. Okay, so. Huh? Yeah, right, for shade. But there's not going to be much I can cover anymore out here, folks. Because they're just going to try and get these people filed into the.
That's why you're turn off to go in anyway. Turn off and turn back on.
Yeah, and they're already talking about how they only have a limited number of seats, and so I don't want to take
seats from those guys. Yeah.
Seats from those guys. Yeah, Mac. That's why I've covered one of those before, and actually kept quiet through the whole thing, but wasn't really looked upon. So, I'm going to wish these guys good luck, because I was going to go in there, but they're only letting certain number of people. So I want everybody to get their seat. That's part of you guys. So. I gave you my card. Yeah. I'm going to look up, obviously, keep going, see what's going on with this. So, you guys, good luck. Take care. Take care, guys. All right, so we're going to go back over to the Capitol, folks. But yeah, the Carpenter Union, there's a couple hundred guys out here. And by guys, I mean, and women too. You know, California guys. Dudes. Y'all.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So we'll keep a tabs on that, folks. Because, oh yeah.
Nice and shady.
Yeah, we're going to stand here for a second, grab our breath. Holy crapacoli. It's hot.
I don't usually say it's hot. It's damn hot.
It's damn hot.
It's going to get worse.
So yeah, this is the Assembly members' satellite office building where they hold a lot of the committees and stuff. We're at the corner of O and 11th. Newer building, in fact, was just renovated. And so, yeah. Yeah, it's a universal time. Hey, Vampire, how the hell you been, buddy? Hey, you guys. Exactly. Yeah, it's 96 so far. It's supposed to be 104 a little bit later.
403 somewhere. Like 40 Celsius.
Yeah. Damn hot.
41 Celsius. Like France this weekend.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I think it was humid there.
Yeah, we all had the Goonies moment, honey.
Except for parts of Spain. Like California.
Right.
Seriously, if I were to move, I think I'd move to Spain. At least I speak the language.
Poquito.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I learned it really fast. I remember it really fast.
Whew. All right. All right, let's go ahead and head on over, because there's one other thing I want to check out, folks, over at the Capitol. The 2022 Aerospace Days is kicking off. So we're going to head on back over that way. Can I have a cigarette?
Yeah.
Whew. But yeah, they were talking about how there's very limited number of seats. And again, I just don't want to take one of their seats for an assembly member to, or not assembly member, but one of those union guys to get their chance to speak. I'm not going to take that away from them just so we can watch, folks. That's just not right. I mean, I know. Consider it a streamer here.
Damn, dude, beat that truck up.
Yeah, right? Here. Yeah. Okay. Right.
The rest steps would be worse.
Oh yeah, that'll be in just a bit, folks, but so you can see the construction happening here at the state capitol. Tree removals, but they're trying to get an underground parking lot, so they say. Lewis Apartments. Wonder how much that is. Ads. I bet it says going to be call for a rate because you can't afford it. Please call. And if you have to call,
Lewis Apartments,
you probably can't afford it. So guarantee one of the rallies would have happened here. Press conference would have happened on the other side, but with the construction, yeah. God, it's almost too hot to smoke a cigarette, guys. Well, the wood around the trees are the ones that are not going to be removed, and so those are just used as semi-protection. So there's like on the base of that, on the base is a what do you call it? Agriculture bag. You know, it has a bunch of straw and stuff stuffed into it. And then they have planks of wood. Oh, no availabilities.
They won't tell me.
And so if anything backs into it, it's a little added protection. Mm-hmm. No, but they just, well, we were at the first press conference about social media transparency. Yeah, what a fucking joke that was. And I called him out on it. I even spoke to the head of the ADL and made him look like a fucking clown. Obviously, he was in support of Antifa. Yeah. That was obviously an apparent. Oh yeah, definitely. We got water. In fact, we're going to take a look at this cool aerospace stuff going on over here on the west side, the only side of the Capitol that has access. We're going to go over there, take a cool look around, and head back.
Yeah, because we're down to one bottle.
Yeah, down to one bottle. I can't even smoke the rest of that. It's just so hot.
I'm with you.
I mean, seriously, it's so hot you can't even smoke a cigarette, dude. Hey, Wheelbox, how you doing, buddy? So, wow. A little warm out here. Let's start. All right. Now let's go this way. There's more shade, it looks like, this way, and nobody's coming. Yeah, because they can only go that way. Yeah, we'll just jaywalk across the state capitol. But yeah, we'll keep tabs on the Carpenters Union, see what happens with that, because that's yeah, important stuff going on with that. Ooh, nice Jag. It's a Jag.
It's even better when you
for all of our Grand
Chevy
Tour
V8
fans,
in it.
right? For all of our Top Gear fans, it's a Jag.
First thing you do is put a Chevy V8. Second thing you do is replace all the wiring.
Yeah, right. Turn it into, like, you know, negative.
Oh no, I worked for a guy, had one like that. Bought it total.
Oh my God, it is so hot. But, you know, there is a breeze, but it's coming from the north. And you would think that'd be a cooler breeze, but it's not. Our cool breeze comes from the west. right up through the Delta, right from San Francisco. It's where we get most of our cool wind, what we call the Delta breeze.
Cool wind in my hair. I hate the fucking Eagles.
I hate the Eagles, man. All right, folks. Cool, guys. Let me get one of those. I didn't grab one when I was over there. Sweet, sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. No, this is about the Assembly Bill AB 2011 and what that's all about. So we'll cover that a little bit later on tonight as well. I don't think I'm going to stay on all day. I might come back up later on tonight. Probably through the phone again. We'll see. Oh, wait, I forgot. I turned down my sound alerts and stuff, folks.
Test the Comcast.
Yeah, we could test the Comcast. Oh, it's really... As soon as I turn that up, I get a fucking spam. I love the fact that it says potential spam on there.
Yeah, we know it's spam.
Yeah, we know it's spam. Always, honey. Now they said they were going to bring a mock-up out here.
It's up on the...
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I wanted to see him land that.
Yeah, right? How did they get that there? Damn, we should have come here for that.
I know, truck and trailer probably. Probably put the wings, put it together. And you got here.
Yeah, those scam alert warnings, it works about 99% of the time. Oh. We got the Civil Air Patrol. Looks like we even got, this is gonna be cool, dude. It's supposed to be an all-day event, but this is gonna be really cool.
Okay, perfect. So you're on what side of I'm N and 12. All right, be right there. Okay, bye.
See what they all got over here. Just trying to see what's all going on here. Wow, I didn't realize there were 662 airports here in California. Wow. But that also includes heliports, hospitals, corporate. Wow. Oh, and they got AC in here. Oh. So it is California Aerospace and Aviation Day. 21st day of June. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, man, they got it right. They got the little fans blowing and everything. It's awesome. All the different tools that is used, not only just for, hobbyists, but also especially the use of drones and stuff has helped tremendously in the firefighting efforts and search and rescues. But look at all the different, oh man. Hi. Yeah, we've seen him out here a few times, covering certain events out here. All the cool drones. Yeah, he has the one, has it, do not talk to me, I'm on a drone. No, I mean, it's just amazing the amount of technology that has come out just in the last 5 years with drones.
So I started flying in 2015. and it was very difficult to control without the GPS-assisted flight.
Mhm.
So now it's a little different. If you come up and talk to me when I'm flying, I can just let go with the sticks and I'll just hover as long as I want to answer a question.
Right.
If I'm not doing a job and they have a question, I'm happy to answer because I was in Costco just talking about this, and the person said thanks and
Really? right. No,
it's
it's
an awesome little starter drone because it actually at Costco they have it for about $430. It comes with this nice case. It comes with replaceable batteries so you can charge.
Oh,
one,
nice. And
fly with
you're
the
not
other.
just sitting there going,
Right.
okay, hurry up.
A lot of the smaller drones you plug in, charge it, fly it, then you got to plug the drone back in because the battery doesn't come out.
Right.
This is much nicer feature.
And something you could just get at Costco.
Yeah, and this is the controller. You fly it off your phone, you just put it in here. This is the antenna, and this won't fit with my. I got one of the bigger phones with a case. But
Right. But yeah,
but that's my.
just kind of like with the gimbals, you pair it, and so you
This
can.
is my fly phone, so I know it'll fit there. So, yeah, you just fly it on your phone.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I mean, kind of taking it into a different perspective, like with controllers. I mean, looking like an Xbox controller, kind of
And
same thing.
And the same thing, it takes a phone. Now this one can take a phone, but I modified it to take a tablet.
Nice.
So it has a piece to screw on, and the tablet can sit on that.
Kind of like my home built rig here.
That is awesome. So, and then this one, I just put my, let's see, take that and put my iPad in there. Right?
My gosh.
So,
and this is the bad boy right here, huh?
it is. It's the Inspire 2. It's got cinematography written all over it.
Right.
It has like a DSLR camera.
Oh my
lens on
gosh.
it. But my favorite controllers are one of the built-in controls. Now you don't have to carry that extra piece around.
You got it with you and right then and there.
It always happens when I'm flying on my phone. I get a phone call.
Well, it's just like we were walking over here, potential spam. Thank you very much for ruining the stream.
Exactly.
So do you just, like I said, I've seen you out here covering certain events and stuff. What else do you do? I mean, have you been called up to help with possibly some firefighting location type stuff?
Search and rescue, I co-teach with Dave McCreary. He's been on some search and rescue missions.
Oh, wow,
on the
cool.
coast. This one here has a thermal imaging sensor.
Oh, wow.
So it can look for body heat.
Right, and register that.
Right. Not as easy to use during fires because of all the heat, but still.
But for search and rescue, perfect tool.
And it has a 44-minute flight time. So.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty. And how far does, say that one, what is the range of something like that?
So they have this rule called line of sight, and it'll go way past your sight. If you can get what is called a waiver or a Lance authorization, and maybe get possibility to go further than line of sight. But that thing in the brochure says it'll go at least 5 miles.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That
If
is.
you're in the middle of a search and rescue, you wouldn't do a 5 mile.
No, you're doing,
circle.
yeah.
You grid it out, but you could if you had to. If you had found something that was a clue and needed to go further.
Or impassable area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, obviously there's rules in, but that's awesome.
So a lot of these, like the M300 drones, they're big. They have a switch on the bottom where you can actually drop supplies to somebody who might be stuck.
Kind of like what we're seeing starting with the Amazon delivery and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then, let's see if I got this for. So last time I was out here doing some work, we did the Ukraine.
Yes, I remember that. We were here too.
Yeah.
We were here too.
We got some really nice.
Trying to get that shot, guys. Oh my God. Yeah, we were here for that. In fact, wait. There we are right there. We would be on the left-hand side of that one right there.
Oh, there you go. That was a great night.
Yeah, gosh, there was what, 5,000, 6,000, there was thousands of people.
We got the march all the way to the bridge and back. So
Yeah, we walked it. You kind of stayed here, but yeah, we walked the whole thing, and whew, that was a long way.
So I was the visual observer. I had to keep an eye on the drone and make sure
Right.
fly over people. We had people walking with you.
Exactly.
It was a fun night.
It was. Well, we're gonna go take a look at the plane, and it was so nice meeting you.
Jeff.
Jeff, I'm that weird girl. Here, I'll give you my card.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So, will I be able to see this?
Yeah, it'll be on my Twitch and YouTube.
Fantastic.
Great, thank you.
All right.
No, I actually, when I saw him here, I wanted to actually kind of talk to him. No, that was really cool. You know, that's the guy that's always out here with the drones that I was talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he got the picture of on his drone during the Ukraine march when they lit up the thing and looking down. God, it's a gorgeous photo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, there we are, we're over there. And he's all, what? I'm all, actually, if you could zoom in, you'd probably see us if you zoom in on the left-hand side of the screen. But yeah, it is officially Aerospace Day.
Yeah, this looks like GTA.
I know, right?
GTA 5 Live.
Just gonna let them get their pictures. Go around this way. Tiny, yeah, totally. It looks like somebody just landed here from GTA. Wow, man, it's all digital and everything. No analog gauges. Good Lord. This ain't your grandfather's plane, y'all. Dude even has air conditioning.
This is the plane my coworker's dad had.
Ah.
It's got the
a port in the back.
No, check it out. Read what it says.
Rocket parachute deployment.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so if it's going down, it has its own parachute.
Wow. Dang, y'all, this thing's crazy.
He was learning to fly. He's like, man, I just want to pull it once just to see what it's like, but it destroys the plane.
Yeah, they would have had to bring it up through here. Wow.
Took the wings off.
Gotta have AC now, right? No, you're fine. Go ahead. Yeah. That is so cool. But yeah, it has its own parachute. Isn't that crazy? 4.
A little claustrophobic, but cool.
Yeah, it's like trying to get in the back of a Ford Mustang. But yeah, it's all digital, folks.
Controls on both sides. It looks like a car shifter in the middle.
Uh-huh.
That's fun.
Wow. Like I said, definitely not your grandfather's plane.
They're huge.
Streamlined, all like that. That's cool. No, they stay there.
See, like compared to the planes, it goes up, right? You can land on the water too. Oh, this one can land on the water too.
They could convert it if they had to, or skids.
Yeah. I wonder if
Yeah, I know, right? Do you have about $250,000?
Yeah, okay. That's just to go look at it.
That's crazy, y'all. Oh, they might need some new duct tape, though. Yeah, trying to get in there. Whew.
104, right?
Seats look comfy.
Yeah, it does.
All right, folks. We're gonna come back on over here because you know what? It's really hot. It's really, 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 really hot. And so yeah, it is Aerospace and Aviation Day here in California. Decree was signed. Oh, I bet you it was. No, that's a dump truck. Never mind. So, folks, what we're gonna do? Whew. Oh my God, it's hot. Whew. So, what's gonna happen now? Damn, it's warm here on the ground level. I've been down and I'm hot. So now I know why the phone was kind of spazzing out earlier. Sweaty. I'm sure the Reverend has sweaty balls. I know it's almost like swamp ass right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and end the stream here for the time being. I'll come up a little bit later from home. Jump in the fountain, we might just do that. No, I won't be wearing R2-D2. We'll come up a little bit later on this evening. We gotta get home, get some footage. 1-1. I know, we're weird. Welcome to the Weird Links. Well, folks, thanks for joining us. We covered a lot of topics. If you miss the first hour of today, I need you to rewatch it, folks, on your time. It has to do with social media and streaming and how California is going to be using your information. Plus, I got some stuff to go over, some literature to go over. But again, the first hour, pretty much we called bullshit right in front of their faces without them really realizing it. So, yeah, especially to the ADL. And which I don't support hate speech, okay? What we have been seeing on social media is sickening, okay? But what they're trying to do here at the Capitol, here in California, we really got to watch everything.
It's anti anything they disagree with.
Right. You know, they're saying stop hate speech, but yet they don't focus. They're not focusing on other forms of hate speech. They're going by color of skin, sexual preferences, religion, and they very minusculely mentioned any political hate, which I think is one of the biggest problems that social media is facing. They did somewhat touch on disinformation, but when I asked them why there's a controversial thing with Antifa and the conspiracy theories about Antifa, he pretty much flat out said they are supporters of Antifa. And when I asked him questions about what's happened here in California, he fucking froze up. And he didn't even want to do the interview on camera to begin with. So that's enough for that. But I'm going to be going over some literature when we get back, and we'll come back up a little bit later on tonight. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some fires going around, so we'll be on fire watch. And of course, anything else that's happening out there. So I want to thank you all for joining us here at That One Weird Girl. And until next time, this is the only planet we know we can inhabit, so let's try and take care of it and each other the best we can. Till then, I'll see you guys soon.